This is the 40-volt horsepower brushless lawnmower by Ryobi. Now, I've had this lawnmower for about 2 months now, and I have been quite happy with it. It's been very useful for me. I had a gasoline lawnmower, and it just was not cutting it. It kept choking on me. There was a few reasons why I got it. One thing, I just thought it would be nice to have an electric lawnmower. I have a smaller yard, pretty small. It takes me about 25 minutes for me to mow it. This was one of the options out there, this Ryobi 40-volt horsepower. You can mow for about 42 minutes, and I say that's pretty accurate with it. I mow about my entire yard in about 25 minutes if I'm going fast, and it's about half power by the time I'm done. I've only had one complaint about it, the power issue with it. So with a gasoline, it has way more power, I guess torque, I'm not too sure with all the terminology, but with this one, with the battery, when I'm mowing the lawn, it does seem to have an issue keeping power sometimes when it's longer grass. So for instance, when I'm mowing over some longer grass, it kind of revs and slows down a little bit. So you can see here on the grass, I mowed this yesterday. You can see some areas, it's kind of hard to tell, but you can see some areas kind of down the middle of the blades that the power kind of slows down, and the battery kind of has to recalculate how much power to give to the lawnmower to make sure that cuts the grass properly. Not a huge deal, and if you cut your grass regularly, you don't really have that issue. You can adjust how high you want the settings to be, so you can have it super low to the ground. So if you want a super short cut, it's possible, but if you want a higher cut, or if you want to do it 2 times, you can go all the way up, and it's quite a bit higher off the ground, so you're getting quite a bit higher of a cut. I keep it about at the 2 or the 3 level from the lowest, so lowest, second lowest, third lowest. I like to keep it around 3 or 4. I think it's a pretty good cut. This is where your battery's stored, so it's just right in there. So all you have to do is there's a little button here. You can click the button and the battery comes out. This is the Ryobi 40-volt 6 amp. Like I said, I only used about half of it. This thing was actually charged all the way. And I just did the backyard, so my front yard's not too much, but I just did the backyard and still has 3/4 life. So I just charge it with this charger that it provides with it, so it's pretty fast. So I also have one of the other Ryobi lawn one of their other tools to cut the sides of my grass when I'm mowing after I'm mowing the lawn. And what I'll do is, if I forgot to charge this thing, I'll charge the other one, and that smaller battery that I have for my for cutting the edges, my weed whacker or whatever, it does actually have enough power to do my full lawn, even though it's quite a bit smaller, and it does work, so that's pretty cool. This one is a fast charger, so there's also fans in it, so it can do fast charging, so I didn't know that right away when I bought this. All you do is you charge your battery. You have an extra storage slot here for an extra battery if you're doing a large lawn, so that's just something to keep in mind. But yeah, I'll just put it in there and it's good to go. One thing I don't like is that you don't have like a lock to keep this up when I'm wanting to put the battery in. It just kind of falls. So it's something I don't really like, but it is what it is. So you do have a bag if you want, and then if you don't, you can just put one of these plastic mulch devices in there, which I do, and then it's good to go. I have really no desire to store and throw out my grass. All I have to do is press this down and press this button here, and you can hear that it's going. And then I can mow the lawn. So it's very simple, and then when I let go, it just turns off. So it's super nice. And then for putting it away, there's these buttons here, or these switches here. So just touch this, and this can give you an option to see where you want to kind of lock this in place. And then if you want it away for storage, you can just go like that when the season's over for cutting your lawn, and you can store it quite nicely. So I kind of kept it around here, and then I was good to go. It locks back in place. This one is the 20-inch one, and that's all I've needed for my yard. I have suburban backyard. It takes me about 25 minutes to mow if I'm going fast. But very simple. I took it out of the packaging and pretty much just put the battery in, flipped this thing up, and then I was good to go. Way easier than using my gasoline lawnmower, which I have to do oil changes on, fill up it with gas every time, and then worry about it choking and not finishing the job. So this has been a good change of scenery for me, something I've been really pleased with. So if you want to check out this Ryobi lawnmower for yourself, I'll put a link in the description below. You guys can pick one up for yourself. I want to help you out just like I would my brother. See you in the next video.